Yo, what is up? It is your boy Skyler, Game Time Diddy Verts, and we are back with another episode of the Weekend Moneymakers Podcast, baby. This week, for y'all, I'm going to break down some of my favorite plays and fights in the UFC Perth card that goes on in Australia this weekend. Start time is at 3 a.m. from Friday morning going into Saturday morning. 3 a.m. for the prelims. 7 a.m. for the main card. And this is a degenerate's delight. You know what I mean? For somebody like me who likes to stay up late and there ain't nothing to bet on late, this is for you. So let's get right into it, man. The first fight of the night that I really like is the Johnston and Schultz fight. See, you got Johnston, who hasn't fought in 2 years. He retired and came back. He does train with City Kickboxing, which makes him the home crowd. And if you know anything about the Australian judges, bruh, when it goes to points in Australia, usually people get screwed over, man. Like, I've been screwed a couple times when they fight in Australia off this same thing, bruh. So hopefully none of these that I'm picking against the Aussies goes to points, because I'm not trying to get screwed over again. But he does train with City Kickboxing. He's good on his feet, but his defense is bad when it comes to ground game. He is the better striker, but when he's on the ground, he has a tendency of putting himself in worse situations than he's already in. And then he's going up against a guy like Wes Schultz, who is a nasty striker, but he's not the greatest striker. Like, he does have good work, but he is really good at takedowns. He's good on the ground. He's 6 years younger than this guy, and I just think, like, when he gets this guy flustered and gets him out of his comfort zone, gets him to the ground, I could definitely see Johnston just putting himself in a bad situation and getting his neck grabbed. So, for that fight, I'm taking Wes Schultz. Then we got Thickness versus Morales. Thickness, he's never been KO'd. He's 9 years younger than Morales. He's a better grappler. I don't think he's the greatest on his feet, because honestly, Morales definitely has a better strike differential. He's like nastier with the combos, mixes it up better. He's gonna make it exciting. But what's really bad in this situation for Morales, just like the last fight, is he doesn't have good defense on takedowns. Like, if Thickness gets to him, Thickness gets to him, gets him to the ground, he's kind of done for, man. It's kind of wraps at that point. So in this fight, I do like Thickness. So yeah, give me Cody Thickness. Moving on to the next fight, we got Jacob Malkoun versus Gerald Meerschaert. Now, I'm going to go on a whim here, because Malkoun is a minus 1,000 favorite. I would never bet that in a parlay. It's a parlay killer, because it really doesn't do anything for your profits. But if he loses, you'll be like, what just happened? But something to remember about Meerschaert, man. He has 29 submission wins in his career. He has 29 subs against a guy in Malkoun who doesn't finish anyone. He does not finish anybody. He fought Torres Finney in his last fight. He got a win. But Torres Finney blew a tire, like first round, ACL tear, and he still could not get him out of there. No matter what he did, he could not get Torres Finney out. And I will put that in Finney's credit to just being a tough Guy. But you got to be able to finish a hurt opponent like that. He's wounded. He's ready to go, and you just can't do it. And Malkoun, he doesn't really have any real notable wins. Like, he did beat Petrosky. But if you watch that fight, it was nothing that he did to put Petrosky out of there. Like, Petrosky basically injured himself off of Malkoun's body, and they called it a stoppage. That's not anything from this dude's skill. It's not. It really isn't. But on the other side, Mearshart has been sub 10 times. And he's been knocked out 4 times in a row here recently. Like he's on a skid right now. But I think it definitely could get dangerous for someone who, in Malkoun, who, like, if he does start to get to work on the hands, he will shoot for the takedown. And then you have somebody that has 29 sub wins. What if he grabs his neck on the way in? That's a plus 700 underdog in Mearshart that we're talking about. So I feel like I want to take a shot here. I feel like if you're playing the Malkoun side, I would play club and sub. I don't think he has the striking to get him out of there and knock him out. So if you're going to play Malkoun and you're looking to make it a little bit interesting and not the minus 1,000 money line, do Malkoun by submission. Because Mearshart has been sub 10 times. But if you want to fade Malkoun altogether, just like me, go Mearshart sub, man. Plus 2,000 odds. You don't even have to parlay it with nothing. Just on the whim, if he grabs his neck, we up. We are turned. But I'm not saying y'all got to be as crazy as me because I shoot for the sky. And I got a crazy parlay for y'all just in a little bit. That's going to get us rich. I might have to throw the whole 10 ball on it. But let's move on to my next favorite fight. And the final fight of the prelims that I like. You got Cam Ralston versus Brysek. If I mispronounced it, I apologize. But when you got somebody like Cam Ralston, I've become a pretty big fan of Cam Ralston here as of late. City kickboxer guy, trains with Adesanya. You know, he trains with Perchich, the new up-and-comer, who we'll talk about in a little bit. But I like the way this dude fights. He's really good at distance. He wants to keep. He's nice and long. His striking's nice. His combos are nice. And he likes to get you in that clinch and get to work, man. And he's fighting a guy who does have really good boxing. Like Bryce. I'm not going to keep trying it. I just look stupid doing it. He's nice with the boxing. He's good in close. He does have nasty combos when they come close. But I think at distance, he's going to have a problem. In his past, like what I've heard from the other guys that I've watched, that I've listened to, is that he has issues with bigger, stronger, taller guys. Like guys that can stay at the distance, keep him out of that boxing range, and just pick at him. But he also has a real bad issue with the clinch. Like he's not great in the clinch. He has a hard time with people that are good in the clinch. And for the line to be so close at a minus 150, plus 100 type of pick'em line, I'm going to go with the guy who's comfortable in the clinch, who literally loves to get to the clinch and show knees and do damage, but at the same time stay out of that boxing range if he's going to be outside of the clinch and pick you off from the outside. Just that outside sniper, man. So give me Cam Ralston, man. I really do like Ralston. He's one of my favorite up-and-comers. He might even make his way on this wall here sometime soon with another guy that we're going to talk about here later to fill up the UFC fighter wall. Let's move on to the main card of the evening. Once again, this is at 7 a.m. on Saturday morning. 7 a.m. this will start the main card. We got 1 round Tuivasa versus Louis Sutherland. Something to remember and that I don't like to bet on is people taking fights on short notice, man. And Sutherland has taken this on 2 weeks' notice. He's having to go over the pond, get equipped to being in Australia and all of that. And I don't like that for him. But at the same time, you got Tai Tuivasa, who after round 1, dude is a slug in the ring. Like, he literally will just slither and slime his way around because he can't really put nothing together. Like, I don't like dude's gas tank. I think he has amazing hit power, but it only lasts 1 round. Like, if he don't get Sutherland out of there in the first round and Sutherland gets to comboing his takedowns and ragdolling him on the ground, this could be a very bad spot for Tai Tuivasa. So I think my pick is, oh man. I think this is going to be one of those ones I got to play both sides. Where it's like, I either take Tuivasa first round KO or I take Sutherland by points. You know what I mean? Because I don't see Sutherland finishing Tai Tuivasa in any aspect. But I also don't see Tuivasa lasting past the first. So if he's going to get him out of there, he's going to do it early. And if he's not, then Sutherland might just coast to a points play or decision right there at the end because he just ragdolled him for 2 more rounds after that. Which I'm not saying that Sutherland has a crazy gas tank either, because that's not the case. But he has a better gas tank than Tai Tuivasa. So give me Sutherland, man. Sutherland decision or Tai Tuivasa on the first round knockout are the plays that I like. We'll move on to the next one. We got Gaziev versus Brando Pericic. Pericic is another one of those guys, city kickboxer. He's training with Ralston and Adesanya. He is nasty. He might be Australia's golden boy when it comes to the heavyweight division coming up right now, because this dude is super aggressive. His striking is super nasty, and he's looking to take your head off. Where at the same sense, Gaziev is coming off of a KO, and Gaziev can be good when he's forcing the pressure, when he's going forward and getting you pinned up against the fence and applying his bulliness, you know what I mean? Just being a big bully. I don't see him doing that to Pericic. I really don't. I see Pericic controlling the pace and being aggressive and making Gaziev go on his back foot. If he starts going on his back foot and retreating, then I really see Pericic really doing some damage to him and putting him down, putting him out. So my pick for that one is going to be Pericic by KO. And I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't round 1, round 2. So that's what I like there. We'll move on to Elliott and Irseg. Man, I like Steve Irseg. I really do. I think he's one of the better grapplers in that division. He did take Pantoja deep into a fight. He didn't win. He ended up blowing it towards the end. But I do like Steve Irseg for the simple fact that he does have nasty striking. He beat up Kai Kara France, who I thought was a pretty nasty striker for the division, until I seen Irseg put it down. But he's going up against a guy in Tim Elliott is unorthodox as all get out, and he can grapple and wrestle as well. So I think this is a very, very good matchup. Irseg, I think he has something to prove. At the same time, because he has been fighting some really good comp. I'd say he has fought better comp than Elliott, but I think he's riding high on these wins that he was getting and hasn't really progressed any farther in his skill base. But at the same time, he could come out and show levels in this next fight. He really could make Elliott look like a fool and get him out of there. But if I had to pick one here, I do like Steve Irseg, man. Let's go with Steve Irseg, and let's do it by decision is the smooth, safe play. Like, I do think that's the smooth, safe play. But at the same time, I like Irseg submission, man. Let's go submission. I don't think he's going to knock Elliott out. I think they might have a couple little scraps where they do put hands on each other, but I really don't see the power of Irseg knocking him out, and I don't see Elliott knocking Irseg out either. So give me Irseg by sub. Now let's move on to the last 2 fights of the night, and then I'll get y'all a couple plays, and then we'll get y'all out of there, man. We'll get y'all out of here. You ain't even gotta be here long, bro. I'll just give you the plays. Y'all can run off like bandits and get to that money this weekend with the UFC. We got Dariush versus Salkid. I like to call bro Salad Kid, but that's just me being goofy. But he's a bad man as of late. Quinlan Salakad has been doing his thing. He's one of the better prospects right now coming up. He has nasty striking. His kicks are nasty. He has a one-kick KO in the UFC. I don't know if y'all are hip, but his kicking power is nasty. He's coming off a sub in his last fight where he wanted to prove a point that he wasn't just a striker. He has 4 subs, 4 KOs on his record. He's 2-0 in the UFC. And he is nasty. But what I am scared of for him is Dariush, as of late, has had a very glass chin. But he's getting knocked out by guys like BSD, like Benoit Saint Denis. So I think you have to take that into perspective of, is Salakad hitting as hard as BSD? I don't think so. I think Benoit Saint Denis is like one of the top guys when it comes to hitting power right now in that weight class. But he was durable at the beginning of his career. Like, he's gone long times with people like Charles Oliveira. And what's really impressive to me is if this kid comes out to look to prove something to Dariush, and he tries to take it to his world of just the submission game and ground game, he's going to put himself in a world of hurt. For the simple fact that when Dariush and Charles Oliveira were grappling, Dariush was getting the better of Charles. And as we all know, what he just did to Max Holloway, Charles is considered the baddest grappler in the UFC if you're in that weight class, I should say, because you still got people like Hamzat and Makhachev, you know what I mean? So I think it could get him into danger if he really does come in and just have too big of a head and tries to show he has something to prove. If he comes out and he just puts hands on Dariush and can stop a couple of his takedowns, he'll get the knockout. He'll get him out of there. I don't think it'll be the first round like everybody's super high on right now. I do see Dariush at least lasting 1 round. I know he did get like 1 punch KO'd by Benoit Saint Denis, but again, they're not the same people when it comes to power. So I like Salakad. I like Sally the Kid. That's my boy. If I had to take something on his side, I would take a 2nd round knockout. I think that's the smartest way for him to win. I think that's the right path for him. That's how I could see him winning. Now, on the other side, the skeptic of me has to play on the Dariush sub, man. This dude is a phenom on the ground. He gets it done. He's super creative. And if he can take it to his world and not have to strike, you're in for a long night, just like the mirror shark. That's a little foreshadowing for y'all. But, so Dariush sub by itself, plus 1,300. I like that. Salakad 2nd round KO, plus 550. Because nobody's seeing Dariush get out of the first, and I do see it. I will go for the 5-minute sweat and see them get out of there and then be happy when I hit. You know what I mean? It could be the first punch of the 2nd round. I wouldn't care. As long as that payout go green, I'm on it. Now, let's talk about the last fight of the night. We got Carlos Prates, the fighting nerd, coming down to fight Jack Della Mera in his home in Australia. JDM is nice. Don't get me wrong. Against Bilal, he showed levels. He is a nasty striker. He does like to switch feet. He can fight just as good orthodox as he can southpaw. But we're talking about Carlos Prates, baby. He's been dropping everybody. He didn't drop Ian Gary. I know this. I know. Ian Gary did have a little something for him when it came to the wrestling and got him off his striking, so he did nullify what he could really do. But I don't see that being the case in this matchup. I don't see Jack Della trying to wrestle Prates, not one bit. I think this is going to be stand and bang, and whoever walks out is the baddest motherfucker in the ring. But I think it's going to be Carlos Prates, bro. He just has such a crazy arsenal. Like, Dude can do kicks. He can hit you with knees. He's got spinning back fist knockout or spinning back elbow knockouts. He can, you know what I mean? As soon as them hands come up, it could be drop city for your head. Like, and he's smoking 15 cigarettes a day and still doing this. This is a Muay Thai legend. This is what they do in Muay Thai. They do, you know, all the best Muay Thai motherfuckers gonna fight 10 fights in the same day, and they gonna smoke 10 cigarettes in the same day as they doing it. This is the new face of Muay Thai fighters. Carlos Prates, bad man. I like the Prates knockout. But the skeptic in me would say, what if he doesn't knock him out? What if they go all the way and Jack Dell'Almeida's chin is as tough as everybody thinks it is, and they go to points? I think that's when you get into danger. When you get into the 4th and 5th round, it's going to be who's landing more volume, because your punches aren't going to hit as hard that late in the round because your stamina is low, or that late in the rounds. So I think if you get 4-5, you have an idea like Dell'Almeida could pull off the points. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this is a place where Dell'Almeida is the home boy, the hometown boy, you know what I mean? So it could be a judge's screw job. So that's something to keep in mind. I will play Dell'Almeida by points for that simple reason of it could be an Australian screw job. And I really want Prates to knock him out. That's the other man that's going to go on this wall. We're going to have Big Sig right here. Big Sig Prates. But yeah, so let me give you all a couple plays that I really like for this weekend. We're going to combo them up, and then this will be the last part of the day, part of the pod. This is where the money's made. Don't skip just to listen to this. I might even post a little short giving y'all a play. Short's been doing numbers, man. And I appreciate everybody that's been listening, everybody that's been watching. Share it to your friends. Share it to your mama. Let's get it popping. So let's go to our saved parlays and let's spin them to you. First one, it's a 3-leg parlay. And we got a money line. No, okay, so we got Salakad, round 2 KO. We got Jack Dell'Almeida by points. And we have Perisic on the money line. That's plus 2,600. That's 5 to win $135. So there's one play for y'all. And I'm going to have a couple exclusives that I might just have to make my own little shorts. And y'all might have to peep those just for those plays. Next, we got a 6-leg parlay, straight money line. We got Cam Rouston on the money line, Perisic on the money line, Steve Erceg on the money line, Dom Marfan. I know I didn't break it down, but that is a D-Gen first play of the night, 3 a.m. opening and rubbing my eyes. I think Dom Marfan's going to take us to the glory land. And then we got Carlos Prates money line and Salakad money line. That's plus 2,000. So 5 going to win you 100. 10 going to win you 200. So that's a smooth little play. And then we got a 2-leg. Actually, I'll give you all my 3-leg. And then I'm going to finish it off with the I'm insane. If this hits, we're all paid play of the day, man. So we got Don Marfan by points. This is early morning craziness. This is what I want to call this one. Early morning crazy. Diddy does it dirty early. But we got Don Marfan by points. We got Jonathan Mikhailov by submission. And Cam Rouston KO. That is the dirty Diddy gets the money early cycle, baby. Give me those 3. Once again, it's Don Marfan points. Mikhailov by sub. Cam Rouston by KO. That's a prelim day maker right there. I'll be happy for until next weekend if that one hits. And then the final play for y'all. I'm going to give y'all a absolute banger because I talked about these situations that if they happen, if the clouds separate and the sun comes down and God says, here's your blessing, this is the one he's going to give us. We got Benny Dariush by sub. He catches Solid Cobb with the big ego and wraps his neck up, gets him to bed. Dariush by sub. And for the second one, we got GM3, Gerald Mershart by sub, bro. He catches the non-finishing Malcoon sleeping. Dude goes to take him down. He grabs his neck, and we make it into the big money. Let me just tell y'all what that pays off $10, bro. That's $2,930 if that play right there alone hits. 2 legs, 2 guys that are known for submissions, but the fans are with the other side because these guys are washed, they're sleeping on them. But just what if they got one more sub to bring it home? Then I'm going to make all the money off of it. Y'all can follow it if you want. I gave you all the plays. This has been your boy, Skyler, Game Time Diddy Verts. And I love y'all, man. Till next week, peace.